And we're live. We are live.
All right, hello Knoxville.
Your eyes do not deceive you. There's four of us.
There's four of us.
It's like a four horseman thing?
Yeah.
We need like a symbol.
I called death.
No,
I called dibs on death.
I call Ric Flair.
Okay. Speaking of the Four Horsemen, compendium came out this past week that you should definitely pick up. You haven't seen it at the end of East of West.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
Jonathan Hickman from Ultimate Spider-Man and Nick Dragato from Absolute Batman, a book they did about 10, 15 years ago for Image.
Yeah.
It's stellar. It's 1,300 pages. It's a big boy.
It's huge. It's like a phone book.
For $60 for 40-something issues.
It's great value.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Well, all right. So before we get started officially, I know you guys are probably asking, who is this gentleman sitting?
Oh,
right
they know who
beside
this
me?
is.
Most of you
26
know.
years.
Already said Ric Flair.
Most of them know we got Ric Flair with us, but no, Bill, for just in case there's someone out there who doesn't know who we are.
So
Introduce yourself.
I'm Bill Langford, and I'm the owner of Comic Exchange. Woo! I just want to thank the guys here for giving me an invite to come on the show.
Of course.
Where's Comic Exchange located?
We are located downtown at 3711 Chapman Highway, a mile south of the Henley Street Bridge. So
has the 3711 click?
Oh shoot.
Has that
3611.
3611 has the 3611 clicked with anybody yet?
So I'm the only one using it right now. But if anyone else wants to use the 3611,
if you come to Comic Exchange, he wants us to start calling ourselves the 3611.
So if not, that's fine. It's not a demand.
Yeah.
It's just something I thought we'd catch on for T-shirts.
Yeah,
and hats.
T-shirts. Yeah. Yeah.
He's got them all in boxes in the back of the
If nobody wants the merch,
Just
I
ready
can
to
send
go.
it back. There's kids that want this stuff in Central
You
America.
send it to where they send the kids that get
Yes,
the losing Super Bowl teams.
They're wearing those Buffalo Bills Super Bowl champ shirts.
Yeah. 4 years in a row, and they're probably in their mind thinking,
A dynasty.
Dynasty.
Those guys are fantastic.
Yeah,
The Bills.
Absolutely amazing. It's incredible.
But yeah, thanks for joining us. I think you're the
Yeah,
first.
no,
Except Grant came on for Nirvana once, but I think you're the.
Grant came on
you-
because I was
That doesn't count as a
dying.
guest, though.
Yeah.
Because technically he owns the...
Technically.
He owns the
Yeah.
store we shoot in, but the Knoxville comic community is for
It's
everybody.
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
I'm grateful to
everybody.
be here.
Yeah, of course. We're grateful to have you, Bill. So, I know you guys have a really big, a lot of things we've been doing now we're starting to roll out those free comic book day things. Tell us what you got going on at Comics Exchange.
So this year, we're doing our usual. We have a huge sale, like a 50% off sale on back issues. I'm sorry, 50% off trade paperbacks, hardbacks, T-shirts, posters. Back issues, I think we're going to do buy two get one free.
Okay.
We're doing a sale on all our dollar books. Are going to be 25 cents. I think. Oh, and Pops, Funko Pops are going to be buy two get one, and
Sid approved that.
Sid,
so Sid goes through and makes sure he's in charge of all my Funko Pop sales.
Yeah.
Sid is the Funko master.
Yeah.
He is in Knoxville. He's one of the best.
That man
And we have
loves
some
his
cool
Funkos.
prizes that we're going to be announcing later on next month.
So we're going to be doing door prizes for the first people in line. We're also going to do a raffle. Ron's talked me into doing raffling off. At first he wanted to raffle off, I think it was a Hyundai. But unfortunately we couldn't come up with that in the budget.
No.
So that's why Ron does social media and not
It's your fault because
promotions.
you added 2 extra zeros in the budget when you gave it to me.
I didn't understand.
Why a Hyundai?
We're actually auctioning off Sid.
So no, but we'll have
That's not allowed. That's illegal.
Yeah.
we're gonna have some
Can't
CGC
auction a human
books.
being.
Yeah.
I think Ron's talked me into doing. I think we have some original a sketched comic book we're gonna be giving away this year
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
from Mark Brooks,
Yep.
who gratefully donated some stuff to us last year.
Amazing.
And then the big news is we're gonna have Ron Stegman in store. The cool thing is he's gonna have, I guess, the cover to Amazing Spider-Man #1 coming out the month before in April.
Yeah, it's April 9th, and I would say, where you're shopping at, go ahead and let your local comic guy know that's the cover you want.
So luckily we've ordered, I think, a couple hundred, so we should be covered. If anyone can't find any, we'll have them at the 3611.
You're gonna try,
Hey, I haven't given up.
Yeah,
So-
that's good.
I just want a shirt now. Everybody's going, what is that? Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry, it's for cool people.
They-
Yeah. Who's also currently also doing X-Men. for Marvel. He's doing
So he's doing the
X-Men.
covers for X-Men.
And interiors for he's interiors, but since they're on that 18 issues a year,
He's having to space out his issues.
Yep.
Kevin Smith in the comments said look it up, Shipley.
Ow. The Missionary he's doing for Distillery, and there's rumors that he's going to be doing something with Quesada's new imprint.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be hush hush, but we're going to get some information from him on the podcast.
We're gonna try it from him.
We're going to learn what the project is.
Yes.
What his feelings of pimento cheese is.
Yes.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So luckily he's gonna come in. He's gonna do. I think we've negotiated.
Let's do this one because this is special breaking news just for this.
Breaking news.
We're gonna and do your.
Yep. I love this. This is fantastic.
Yeah, we have this pricing.
So we have his pricing. He's gonna do. Gratefully, he's going to do a couple signatures for free for everybody that brings some books. That way,
which is awesome.
Yeah, if you can't afford,
Fantastic.
it doesn't matter. You can come there with no money and get some stuff signed. After that, it says raw signatures are going to be $10. Greatest signatures are $30. Venom 3 raw signatures are $30. Venom 3 graded signatures are $50. And then he's going to do remarks for $100 and blank covers for $350.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't seen his blank covers, they're amazing.
Insane.
I was on Google Images looking at some the other day. Because usually when we'll get these artists in the store, one of the first things I'll do is I'm like, well, what kind of sketch do I want, right?
Yeah.
So I want to see what kind of stuff that they've done. So I'll go on Google Image and just start looking up stuff.
So here's a question that I've received from a couple people, but I absolutely don't know the answer. Is that going to be black and white, or is he going to do color on those?
So I think they're color remarks, is my understanding. Yeah.
The remarks are color, but I think the covers are probably going to be black and white. I mean, the blank covers.
Oh,
that
I'm not sure about. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll have to look. Actually, most of the remarks most of the blank covers I was looking at online were black and white.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
And obviously, the reason Venom 3 is a little bit more pricey there is because Venom 3 was the first appearance of Null. Who's probably one of the bigger new characters in the last decade.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, his Venom run with Donny Cates, if you haven't had a chance to read it, it's probably one of the most famous runs in the last 20
phenomenal.
years of comics.
It's my favorite.
Completely reinvigorated Venom. I mean, kind of got people back on the.
Definitely.
We won't talk about Venom anymore, though.
We stopped talking about Venom after that run, and
so Venom's not allowed on this show.
So you're going to get segment to do Paul for you, right?
I swear to you. Don't get me started, please.
Don't get him going on
Don't
Paul.
get me. Listen, you think I'm joking? In my personal opinion, Paul, and I will say this publicly, Paul is the worst thing to happen to comics since the Comic Code Authority, and I stand by it.
Wow.
So let me ask you all this: why does the internet hate Paul so much?
He sucks.
He sucks.
Okay.
He just sucks.
All right. I wasn't sure if there was
He was responsible for a genocide. And how tone deaf is that?
It's difficult.
And it's just like Peter Parker has been there for Mary Jane, saved her countless times, have done everything for her, does everything right, and then Mary Jane goes off to an alternate dimension, and all of a sudden is found the love of my life. Get out of here!
If I was Mary Jane, I'd be thankful when those monstrosity kids turned out to be fake.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. Just dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
I could go. And what's funny is because I actually, at MegaCon, we saw Zeb Wells. And I was just like, I couldn't even go up to him. And I was like, I may just say something I regret because of Paul.
I get it. Yeah. You're passionate.
But very passionate.
Brad said that he was really funny, though.
That's why Brad is dead to Josh.
Yeah,
that is why.
That's why we don't. No, he's not. No, I love Brad to death. But no, it's just funny. He is just, and it's not even he's not even hated as a comic book character. I think Paul is hated as an actual person. Nobody, nobody. Zeb, what was it, San Diego? Zeb Wells walks in and just gets booed.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want nobody to get booed.
No.
Never. But when you come up with something so bad,
Nick Lowe got in a screaming match with the fan at New York Comic Con late last year.
last year over.
Yeah, there's a lot of passion.
Wow.
All I know is I read the latest issue of All New Venom, and as soon as I did, I was like, oh man, this isn't going to be good.
You think they're going to do Paul?
Oh, I know they're doing Paul.
And the thing that's freaking out people, this could be Marvel just trolling, is the cover for number 6 is all new Venom standing there with Mary Jane.
So they know. They know.
So yeah,
they know.
But yeah, so Stegman, that's going to be pretty big, and
Yeah.
I do like the fact that we'll get some free signatures. That's one of the things a lot of times with Free Comic Book Day is, obviously for the business, we hope that you spend money because it's like the biggest day of the year.
Yeah, by
but
far.
we also want to make sure people that are on a tighter budget can also have the experience. So free comics with no purchase, and Stegman's with no purchase.
Yeah, it's really important. Like, Free Comic Book Day is really a community-driven day.
Absolutely.
Where we want you guys to go to every single shop in the area that you can. Hit up Nirvana, hit up Comics Exchange, hit up Snake Eyes, hit up all the other ones. Like, please, guys, this is one of those days that, you know, definitely, like, keeps our industry and our passion alive.
And you dig the day, right? You've basically been a part of all the Free Comic Book Days.
Yeah. And when it first started, it was much smaller. But Mac's absolutely right. You know, it's a day for all the stores to kind of celebrate. And the cool thing about Free Comic Book Day is each store kind of does their own thing.
Yeah.
So it's almost really like a different experience. It's not like you're going to the same store 3 or 4 times. Every store generally has different policies about, you know, their sales and different promotions going on. And so
anywhere you go, you're going to be getting a good deal.
Yeah. And it's a day for everybody to kind of come together and show support, you know, A, for the community, and also B, for the local comic stores.
Absolutely.
Because this is the thing about Free Comic Book Day. I mean, the main word is free, and so that's why, you know, we want, like you said, we want the signatures to be free and the sketches to be, I'm sorry, the books to be free.
You heard it here first.
Can we edit this out? No. But the main thing is but that being said, for the stores, there is a cost for us. So when we bring in an artist like Ron Stegman, there is a cost that we have to pay, and we get the free comics. There is a cost associated with that. Yeah. So the support, when we see the people come out and support the stores on that day, it's really cool for the store owners and the workers to see all that.
Yeah, and there's like, I always think of it like a comic adventure, but you have to drive to each panel.
That's not entirely wrong.
Yeah.
That's what I did last year. Last year I started here at Nirvana, then I went over to Comics Exchange, then I went to
Golden Age.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a long day. Yeah. It was a long day, but man, it was so much fun.
Yep. It's such a fun day too to work one because like it's tiring, of course, because there's so much to it. But it's rewarding because, like you say, you get to see people you don't see
all the time.
One time a year.
Right.
You're getting to meet like really cool creators,
and you get to see a lot of new faces, people that you've never seen before, but they're about to become new friends of yours or customers. And
it's fun to watch like parents that grew up on comics come in with their children and watch that seed start to be planted in them to be comic book fans too.
Yeah, and so that's the cool thing is that most of the comics on Free Comic Day are geared for younger readers. Like if you look at the titles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's Marvel and DC, but there's also a bunch that are little Lulus and Disneys, and so it is a good way for kids. I mean, as a parent, I'm speaking from experience. If you have their face in a book, that's half the battle, as G.I. Joe says. I mean, that's I don't care if it's a cookbook, comic book. I mean, whatever book. If they're reading something, to me,
exactly, it's a book in their face.
Yeah, it's not a screen.
Yeah.
So if you're a parent and you're looking for a good way to kind of get your kid off something other than their cell phone or Free Comic Day, show up and let them pick out some free books.
And the free books are color coded to like the age.
So I think it's like kids it's green, young adults blue, and I think matures are red.
Yeah. And people in the store, the workers there will be able to help you, whichever store you go to, like pick out books that are suited for age ranges.
For your kids.
Like I think the kids are really gonna like this book called The Deviant.
God,
Jesus.
Even though, hey, listen, the last issue comes out this week.
Yeah.
And Lunar didn't come in today, but I was about to rip open the box and just read.
Oh
yeah. Because I've been waiting since Christmas.
Yeah. It looks late.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about yesterday.
Yesterday.
So
wow.
Speaking of store signings, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of store signings, yesterday,
Humberto
Ramos was here.
Guys, it was a phenomenal day. We appreciate everybody that came out. We thank everybody for the support. It was raining, thunderstorms. I mean, there were tornadoes dropping down at some point through the day. I mean, but as just coming out and helping support him and his work and everything and seeing him. he's a great guy. Easy
Yeah,
to talk
absolutely
to.
amazing.
Man, his work. I mean, I was looking at a list today at the top 10 greatest Spider-Man artists, and he's in there.
He's
and
in there.
and he's on there. I mean, with like Steve Ditko, Mark Bagley, John Romita Sr., and it's like you're looking at this list, and you're like, it's kind of surreal.
Yeah.
I was like, I just got to shake hands. Like he was next door in the event space yesterday. It's wild.
I actually, when we were eating lunch, it slowed down, and I was actually able to go and sit right next to him, and I had like a good 20-minute conversation, just me and him, just talking about the comics industry. He was telling me a little bit how he came up with the design for Spider-Boy, and it was just incredible. Like, kind of everyone that was in the room at the time just kind of like stopped talking so they could hear what we were talking about. It's kind of interesting, but very interesting.
But I think it was it's kind of funny we're talking about Free Comic Book Day. I think that was just kind of a prelude to
really was.
What's going to be around the city for that first first weekend in May.
And like the thing too that was so cool about yesterday is like everybody was here. Like we had Jonathan from Snake Eyes, he showed up. Pat from Brick House, although I didn't really see you.
Oh, no, I wasn't able to make it out.
I didn't really see
you. Were you at a volleyball game?
I got
How'd Baby Ninja do?
So she did well, and then her team and then they all had to take like their photo, and then they all went their separate ways because this week is spring break. So right now she is in I guess Destin.
Oh,
okay.
So I couldn't go with her because it's not cool anymore for the parents to go with their kids on spring break.
If I'm going to Destin, if you're going to Destin, Florida, I'm going to Destin.
So a couple of years ago, we went to see a movie with his oldest, E-Bits, and the dad's uncool, so E-Bits didn't want him in the theater with her for the movie. So we ended up watching Venom 2, and we were on the front row at West Town, and we were super comfortable.
It's not my fault because you had to lean your head back in those chairs.
He was dead ass asleep.
I dozed off, and that doesn't say anything about the quality of Venom 2. It's a fine film.
Yeah,
but don't sit in the front row.
Yeah. I walked in last night, and my roommate was watching Craven the Hunter, and I felt like I would rather have caught him watching porn. But I won't let that sit. But I would say the coolest thing about yesterday is we got here. I got here a little after 10 because I chose not to ride with Josh.
And you chose to ride with me.
He made a grave error in his judgment of who to ride with.
No. I still got Ryan here, I work nights and I instinctively set my alarm for PM and not AM.
It's all good. Yeah. But we got here on time.
Okay. We got here.
But what I thought was really cool is we got here a few minutes before Humberto showed up. Mm-hmm. When Humberto showed up, he got out of the car and he went down the line greeting people.
Nice.
He had a big smile on his face. He came into the event space. He greeted all the people that were working that day.
All of us.
Greeted us one by one. Had a speech for us. Still had a big smile on his face. And throughout the day, even when I looked pale, like I was about to die at one point.
There was one point you looked like you were going to die.
Had a smile on his face the entire day.
Yeah,
like,
he was. I mean, he was thrilled. I think you when you have these artists kind of do these store events, I don't think they really get lines like that.
No.
I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't. I mean, I've been all over, and besides like conventions, you don't really have it like especially out in the rain. You don't have people standing out in the middle of a thunderstorm for you. So when he gets out, got out of the car, he was just like, "This is great." Or like even one of our subscribers here, Nirvana, showed up at 7 p.m.
the night
before, slept in his car.
Mm-hmm.
And Humberto I think they came here that night when he got here, and he was like, "Oh my God, like this is wild."
Mm-hmm.
And so it just kind of set the tone right then. Like he was just already ready to go. Like I said, thank y'all all for coming
Seriously,
out.
guys.
And he had a great time.
He had a blast, and I was one of the few people that got to go get dinner with him last night, and just hearing him talk over dinner and stuff. He's an incredible dude. So I can't wait to hopefully have him back in Knoxville again sometime soon.
My favorite thing he said last night at dinner was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad we had dinner and barbecue and not pizza."
You weren't there, Ryan. You weren't there.
Oh,
Inside
Ryan's
joke.
making a joke.
But yeah, it was amazing. Humberto, his agent, they were just like
Oh, his
spectacular
agent,
people.
Joseph was great.
And I do think, like, you know, Grant and Jazz, I think they would want us to do it on the show here, is to give a round of applause to everybody that worked yesterday. So Josh, Mac, myself, Nolan, Davis, Carlos, Tony,
McKay,
McKay.
Grant, Jasmine.
Grant and Jasmine.
Yeah, all of them just that.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Caleb was here.
Yeah, it's like I think we should.
Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
Seriously, guys.
Aaron.
I mean, it was all hands on deck.
It was all hands on deck.
We basically had as many people here as titles that are going to come out next week.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah.
Seriously, guys,
But,
like...
yeah, it was like, I think, yeah.
A round of applause.
It was just a big...
You know yourself, like, running one of these, like, big events.
You need a lot of people. It takes a community.
And how hard it is because they're basically representative of your store, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but we've always had a lot of people raise their hand when we Free Comic Day rolls around, or if we need people. It's never been a lack of hands being raised, so we're very grateful.
Like Sid's wife and Jamie, Mike's partner, come out and help us on Free Comic Day.
Yeah, we're having and Paul and Fred this year, and you and. I mean, it's like I said, it takes really a group of people to pull off something like that. And,
Oh, yeah.
And like y'all were saying, it reflects well on the Knoxville community.
Yeah.
When the creators come in and they see that kind of support and that kind of outpouring
Yeah,
of
like
love.
like camaraderie, just like
Yeah.
not only of the just the fans, but just also like just the shops working together and just really just trying to like promote the industry the best way that we can.
No, I think this is what our 26th year. Yeah, 'cause last year, so 26th year. In the 26 years that we've been here, I think Knoxville's always had a real strong. And if you talk to the collectors, they'll tell you the same thing, that Knoxville's always had a real tight comic book community.
Yeah.
And one of the stronger communities really in the southeast.
Yeah.
When I travel to other cities, they may have 2 or 3 comic stores. And
If even that.
Yeah. And
Most of them only have one.
if they're lucky. And some people
lucky,
I've talked to, they have to drive. You know, I've talked to people who open folders, mail order folders at my store because they have to drive like 120 miles to their closest store.
And we got, I think of last time we had like 14.
It's amazing.
Where you can buy comics.
Yeah.
They have to,
Yeah.
And so it's we're very grateful to have that here.
And without the tribalism.
Yeah, like I said, in the 26 years I've been open, I think all the stores really have gotten along. I don't think there's ever been an issue.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's something special that we have here.
Yeah, and I think it's really in the collectors really more so than anything else, because the stores kind of come and gone, but the collectors feel like they're, you know, the spirit feels like it's really strong. And
Yeah, because like somebody that works, you know, 2 shops, I know how extremely lucky I am to do that.
Yeah.
And I see so many people that shop at both stores.
Oh yeah, it's like that. And so usually here, if I don't have something in my store, I'll refer them to another store in town that I think does have that. And then at the same time, I'll have people come in my stores who will say the same thing, who are like, hey, I went to XXX and they didn't have it, and they told me to come check out Bill's. And so but I mean, that's how good businesses succeed, because without that, you know, everybody's working against everybody.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats. So
Very
Did you
true.
come up with that?
No, I've used that for years.
We got a new catchphrase. Do our sound. Yeah, new catchphrase. I love it.
But
You can use that one.
speaking of Free Comic Book Day, we also have somebody coming.
We have somebody coming.
Yes. Yes, we do. It's already been announced.
If you were here
Has it been
yesterday,
Yes,
yesterday.
I think I know, because I think Grant told me maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You would have known if you were here yesterday.
Yeah.
You would have known actually,
But no, so we are going to, here at Nirvana Comics, we are going to have Mark Spears.
Yep, Mark
Here,
Spears is
Free Comic
coming
Day.
back.
Congratulations.
And what's even better is that we're actually have
Uh-oh.
This we can't talk about.
we can't talk about.
Oh no.
This,
We have a surprise.
we have a surprise.
Oh.
Yes.
We can't really talk about this, but we are going to flash it real quick.
No, we're not.
Yes.
You're going to flash that.
Yeah,
That's
here's
it.
this. This is it.
That's
But
it.
you're going to hear
This is
more
what you
about
get.
this, whatever this is,
Whatever this is.
in a couple days.
In a couple of days.
Whatever
So
this
pay
is.
attention to all the social media outlets and everything. got some fun things.
Some
coming.
big, and
Real
it's so
fun
cool too
things.
because like Mark Spears is coming, and on that same day he does have a free one of the free comic
Yes,
books.
one of
from
the
King
free
Spot.
comic books
It's Monsters number
is
0.
Monsters number 0. That's going to
Yep.
be a big one that people are going to go bucos over.
Yeah, so if you end up coming to Comic Exchange first to see Stegman, you can pick up your copy of Monsters number 0 and then bring it here and get signed by Mark Spears.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Because
yeah.
we had people
Very
do that
true.
last year for the Uncanny X-Men
Yep.
preview for Gail Simone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
But, yeah.
no, it's fantastic. I'm sure y'all are going to tell me what it is before I leave, right?
Let's
not-
here's
you
the
know
thing.
what?
We're not going to show anybody at home, but
Okay.
we're going to show Bill.
We're going to
Okay.
show Bill.
We'll
We'll
show Bill.
Let me see what's
show
up.
Bill. Be very careful not to show that on screen, Ryan.
I'm a professional. Because I
That's-
struggle to get this thing
Why
out.
can't you just take the bag of board?
What you tell me?
Wow.
Pretty
Uh-huh.
dope, huh?
That's super dope. That looks kind of familiar.
Yeah.
I've seen it before somewhere, kind
Okay.
of vaguely.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let's make that like
But
that.
that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff to come. And I think, too, from the Nirvana side, we'll be announcing stuff as far as like the deals and prizes and all that, too. They're going to have hot dogs, by the way, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody listens to the podcast knows my struggle to get a hot dog on free.
So this is the thing. I've offered around to do free hot dogs on Free Comic Day. Ryan puts mayonnaise on his hot dog. So I cannot allow that.
Wait a minute. Hold
You
on.
know this because everybody yelled at me.
No, I thought it was ketchup.
No,
It's ketchup.
mayonnaise.
No, I like mayonnaise and ketchup.
I'm okay with ketchup, but man, are you a monster?
Mayonnaise. So I can't allow that because
Oh my god.
if I allow that on my store,
I am a.
my-
Are you a Mark
I am a
Spears
parentheses.
monster?
Yes, you got my joke first, Steven. That's not good.
you're slow, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're getting
Like I
slow.
support, I wholeheartedly support you on ketchup, but I
Thank you.
cannot do it on mayonnaise.
No,
Mayonnaise
mayonnaise.
on a
What
hot
the
dog.
hell?
I guess I'm just European.
Yeah, I guess he's a
That's-
fancy boy.
But let's talk for quick. This week we will next week start doing reviews again because like
Yeah.
the first few weeks of March, not a whole lot of
Not
stuff.
a whole lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
This week is a decent amount of stuff
Uh-huh.
coming out. March 26th is going to
Guys,
be a nightmare.
hold on.
March 26th is
I
the
don't,
nightmare.
I don't know how many books we're going to review that week.
So,
yeah.
It's cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. It's just all kinds of.
The big
crazy.
book is Hush number.
It's Hatouche.
Batman 158.
Yeah,
It's
158.
pronounced Hatouche.
We're gonna see. What are we doing? Like, what are you doing at Comic Exchange on
Yeah.
Batman 158 Day? Because I know, like,
For Hush?
DC's gonna let us start selling. them
So
at
there's
608.
we're passing out. There's a free ash can they sent us,
Okay.
and I think we're doing a thing with foils. I want to say.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think they sent like some foil variants. Y'all probably got them too.
I have no idea. But
Okay.
anyway,
No
I-
clue.
But
Yeah.
I think both shops will start announcing stuff like.
Both shops will start
Uh,
announcing.
Yeah,
Probably
I'm not 100. I know we got some stuff in the oven we're cooking up
Mhm.
for it. I don't know exactly what's set in stone yet, but we hopefully what me and McKay want to do will
Okay.
be
Yeah.
pulled
But
off.
it's a huge day. Ultimate Spider-Man's coming out. Absolute Martian Manhunter comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Or is it
like-
Absolute Flash?
like-
Absolute Flash comes out this week.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
week
Flash
also.
is this week.
Yeah,
okay.
Flash is this week. The other big book I think for this week is L.A. Strong, which I think is important because it's Mad Cave Studios. Like 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the
To the
fires.
to the
fires.
victims of the fire,
Yeah.
like in the comic community. 'Cause I
We
think
also have the new Vampirella drops.
new
that same-
Vampirella.
next,
drops
next
from
week, March.
next-
So, 3 Nirvana exclusive covers drop on the 26th.
Which ones?
So they have a cover for the new Bitterroot,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and
The
they have.
Bitterroot's coming back, right? It's like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the second
And who's the
volume or
artist
third
on the
volume.
Bitterroot?
It is oh god,
Is
what
it
the-
Dietrich?
Dietrich.
It's
Dietrich.
Dietrich Smith.
Dietrich
Yeah,
Smith.
Dietrich
yeah.
Smith. And then we have 2 Vampirella covers:
Yeah.
Moonlight. Or,
Okay.
It's a midnight and I think it was midnight and sunset.
Midnight and
Yeah,
Sunset.
and
So-
those covers are all available for pre-order now on the
Yeah.
website.
Yep, they are.
And if you get both of them, you get a deal.
Yep. So it's one is 20. You can get both for 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Might as well get
knock a
both.
little
Yeah,
bit of
might as well
yeah.
get both.
Yeah,
knock
get
a little
both.
bit of
And Christopher
change
Priest
off
has seen
for
the
you.
covers, and
Uh-huh.
it's like,
He approved. Yep.
he chef's
So-
kissed it.
So the one thing I also wanted to talk about real quickly, Bill. So like, obviously you run a comic store. We always talk about what people are reading here at Nirvana. What are you seeing people pull the most over at Comics Exchange, and what are you like personally enjoying?
So of course the One World Under Doom, the first issue. Even though it's more of a setup issue, I really enjoyed it. I've always been a huge fan of Doom. Sales wise, the usual stuff like the Ultimate books are huge. Either Absolute books, the Absolute Flash is going to be huge. I got a bunch of those coming in this week. Absolute Batman, Justice League. Believe it or not, I have a lot of old school DC people, so Justice League United does real well.
Yeah.
And JSA does well at my store.
What about independent stuff? Obviously the Energon stuff.
So yeah, and the independent stuff, anything Energon Universe.
Yeah. So your Transformers, your G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
Your Void Rivals.
And then anything with for instance, Tinian's Deviant. I have a lot of people for that. A lot of people for Conan. A lot of people for Mark Spears Monsters. You know, that's a popular book.
Yeah, you can't keep that one on the shelf.
Yeah. So,
it still kills me. I was in there one day and you had like 6 copies of Monsters #1.
Right.
And you didn't get one.
And I didn't get one.
And then you're like, hey, do we still have that? No, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think we sold out maybe really close to
Yeah, I think the next day.
Next
probably,
day, yeah.
That's when it popped. Remember, it just started.
So
super popped.
The thing that with books that have multiple covers is, and y'all probably know this, is you get people who they can't decide, so they buy multiple. They're like, well, I don't know if I want the Dracula or if I want the Zombie Girl.
Yeah.
So I'll just buy both. So books like that sell out quicker than books that just have one cover.
Yeah.
Very true.
Has it been a new phenomenon, like the A covers are becoming the more highly sought out of those books?
So the A covers are always most of this. I'll go and give y'all, after being in this business for like 30 years, the A cover is always the cover you want. My buddy Paul Lewis, he'll tell you the same thing. He says if you go, and I don't know if this is true or not, this could be an old urban myth.
Yeah.
He said if you go to the Library of Congress and you check out a comic book, I don't even know if you can check out a comic book. He says, but if you go to the Library of Congress and you check out a comic book from the Library of Congress, he says the book you get is the A cover of the book. It's not the weird B variant. It's not the glow in the dark. It's the A cover. So he says if that's good enough for the Library of Congress, then it's good enough for Paul Lewis. So Paul does.
Okay, I mean that's
fair.
And if I go back and I track the books, usually if I'm just looking at the prices, the most valuable cover usually of all the covers, am I wrong, Ron? Is the A cover, right?
Can I please check out Amazing Fantasy number 15?
Easy, Shipley.
I will bring it back.
Yes.
And I'll take the A cover. Don't worry.
I'll take the A cover, don't worry.
Scout's honor.
Yes.
Sounds honors. I need to borrow this.
And as soon as I have it in my hand,
That was the premise of Nicolas Cage,
Yeah,
National
yeah,
Treasure
yeah,
6,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
I'm going to steal the Amazing
I'm going to
Fantasy.
steal the
We need
A15 from Library of Congress.
We need to make that in National Treasure.
Like I
whatever.
feel like
It's
we're
just
about to have
Ryan
agents
stealing.
just fall through the roof.
Yeah,
And
they're
yeah.
like, here's on the ground.
All right. By the way, if y'all steal my idea, I want 10%.
Okay. Well, I mean, I
Like,
think we're okay with that. If we get an ASM 15, I think we're okay
We
with
have
that.
all
Bill.
just indicted our old selves.
Yeah, we're all going to jail.
I guess
I can't go back.
Because I completely forgot. We do have Power Rangers here on Friday.
We do. We do have the Power Rangers coming in on Friday. Last time they got snowed out.
Oh, no.
Or
And snowed in. And,
Snowed out. They forced them out into the wilderness.
And you know, I'm glad at least the weather's nice. I was kind of worried because like first they showed up and it snowed, then they showed up and there's tornadoes. Like I'm just like you know. I'm excited to have him here. We're excited to have him here.
It'll be fun.
Catherine Sutherland and Nakia Bunrez.
Yeah.
But they're going to be coming in from 5 to
Whenever the last person standing.
And we'll have the prices and everything up shortly. Yeah.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, just check all of our social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, all of them. We'll have all our prices and things for them. Like I said, they'll have things. I'm sure they'll have things also here like prints and stuff as well. So yeah,
Prince is coming.
Yeah.
Prince.
Wah, 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 wah.
No,
it's
no,
okay.
It's going to rain purple.
This guy here, a new episode of the podcast comes out Wednesday. This week we're gonna do we're doing March Madness with the best female characters of Marvel.
So we had there's a lot of people who complained about our picks.
So
for DC
I'm
characters.
okay. So I will.
You're one of them.
I will tell you, I was at work listening to this podcast, and I was arguing. I was in aisle 124 arguing, screaming at my phone. How dare you throw poison ivy at? And I just like I know we gotta get ready to get off here, but let me tell you, I'm gonna throw my argument out here.
Let's hear it. I'm curious.
Poison Ivy is a Batman villain rogue guy. Duped Batman.
Okay.
If you can do Batman and beat Batman in some aspect,
She made it to the second round.
But who beat her?
Starfire.
The Starfire. Starfire don't know her ass from a hole in the ground. Most
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, she's a teenager.
It evoked some strong reactions
It
at
did.
the store. People, we
So,
had
and
some people. Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, well, she has fire, but it's like fire hurts. No, it's poison.
I'm
ivy.
getting flashbacks of Paul right now.
It's but I'm a huge Poison Ivy fan though.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, it's.
But I was like,
That's why we wanted this podcast.
But I
is
was
for you
like,
to
she's
feel
part of Batman's rogue gallery. You can't have like Batman doesn't like go against like pansies. Like you don't pick you don't go you don't like. Here, Nightwing, you take care of these like B-listers.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of the big dogs, and Poison Ivy's one of those.
I think he's convinced me. I'm switching my vote.
Yeah.
Oh, are you?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
You heard it here first, folks.
What other controversies do we have?
So, James was real upset that we didn't have Raven go farther, but James is So the problem is everybody has their favorites,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Yeah.
And you have the people who love Elektra or someone who loves.
I'm Elektra. Give me
And
Elektra.
and so the same way when you would argue like who would win between the '84 Bears and the 2010 Ravens or whatever, if you're a Bears fan, you're gonna choose the Bears. If you're a Ravens fan. So the people who were
Poison beat the Baltimore Ravens.
not the 2010. There's no way.
What was it?
No way.
Who was on the 2010 Ravens?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. If Ray Lewis is on the team, nobody's beating him.
Yeah.
He could be
Poison
on the
Ivy's
team.
gonna get murdered.
That man.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly murdered. Yeah. But
Allegedly.
this week we're doing. We're gonna have the Marvel. I'll probably cry if Kitty Pryde doesn't make it too far into.
So
She won't.
Max, he's so confident.
And Jamie got to pick her character, and she went Magic.
So that's fantastic. Magic's a great pick.
Yep. Oh, one other thing, man. There's so much stuff going on.
There's a lot.
Tomorrow night is Ladies Book Club here at Nirvana at 7, and they do have a surprise. They're gonna not a surprise. It's like, they're gonna have a Zoom call with the writer of Vixen NYC, which was the book last month.
Very nice.
So
Wow,
I'd say, like,
that's
even
cool.
if you've not read the book, still come by because it's a community thing.
But
Right.
only if you are a female.
And here's the thing too, they have the best snacks because I was here the last
What?
time. I was here the
Are
last
you
time.
daydreaming?
No.
They have the best
We were
snacks.
leaving. Grant and I were leaving right at 7.
Right.
Grant, me, and Caleb, and I saw them putting their spread out,
Uh-huh.
and I was jealous.
Well-
I was envious.
So
Okay.
all the flavors of pimento cheese, right?
No, if there was any pimento cheese, I would have ran over.
Take the table down.
So what you're saying, Ryan, is for the guys' night, we need to up our game. Is what you're saying?
We need to up our game.
So, and that is the next one that the guys and whoever else wants to come is going to be. We're going to be talking some Daredevil Born Again. And
It just happens to be guys that show up.
It's
But-
not. It's
Yeah.
everyone's invited, but it's only ever guys,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's only ever guys. But
All right.
I mean, if you want to come
Yeah,
come
back.
on out,
Yeah.
hang out. That'll be on the 28th.
Yeah, that's
Just as long as we don't have nothing going on this
It's
time.
the
Matt.
last Friday. It's the last
all the inside
Friday in
jokes.
March. Whatever the last Friday in March is, I think that's the 28th. 7 o'clock. Be here. We'll be hanging out. We will probably watch an episode or two of
Yeah.
Born Again.
Speaking of inside jokes, listen, check this out. So, Bill, before we let our outside cat out, do you have any
Mouth,
push?
Ryan.
No, not really. Just the Stegman Free Comic Day signing. And then the Hush Batman coming up for.
Hatoosh.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
158.
calling it.
Yeah, so we'll have like something on the socials.
Yeah, like I
very
said, I
soon.
know they sent us some free ash cans,
Okay.
and then we'll probably do something with those the foil variants. Also,
I think we're doing
so.
something too for Matthew Rosenberg's new book that comes out, the 26th.
Yeah.
The 26th, because everything comes out the
listen, on the
26th.
26th, if you're reading the book, it's coming out.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just there.
Your wallets are
It's a
really
smart
gonna
thing
be
for all
hurting.
these publishers to do, though, because people are going to be coming into the store just for that back. I'm sure
Absolutely.
you've had people come in just to start signing up for just that book, right?
Just for Hush, and we've had a lot of people just add Hush just to their folder that normally don't get Batman. They're just going to get it for that run.
Yep.
But
Yep.
a lot of it's just Jim Lee coming back and doing DC characters again, which is super cool because he doesn't draw much anymore.
Now we need to make a prediction. how many of us think that that entire little run is going to be on time?
So I'm gonna
Time,
say since it's 6 issues, I'm gonna predict on time.
Oh, okay. Is this
Oh.
because you run a business?
We are betting on this, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we're betting
I'm
on
going to
this.
predict 2 to 3 issues before September, when the new Batman is supposed to launch.
Okay.
Because my worry is he started in April of last year, and I think in November he said he had started work on issue 2. So, but we'll see. It's going to be big no matter what.
It's
it
going to
is.
be big, but if it comes out on time, that's kind of the big question a lot of us are asking. I'm going to say probably not.
Well, because I think his first run on Hush, like I think the first 6 came out on time. I don't think it was till like
Then it
issues
went off-
8
I
or
don't-
9 where it started kind of
went
get
off the rails.
It kind of get late, yeah.
I don't think I was born then, but I don't remember. I don't
How old are
remember.
you?
28.
Yeah, you were born before that happened. Because Hush was like 2003, 2004.
Oh, okay. I was a little guy running around.
Yeah, you probably couldn't read.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Oh, that's so insulting.
Guys, not
Guys,
can't read.
All right. Well, with the last insult on Max for today,
Max reading ability.
I think we hit our quantity.
we hit our quantity.
I beat
Yeah,
you to
we
it
got
that
it. I
time.
love. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I've done created a monster.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for
More
joining
spirit
us.
monsters.
Thank you
Ah!
guys for some.
But
Thank-
Bill, thank you for coming
Yeah.
out.
Thanks for having me. I really
Joining us.
Is there anything?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say
Well-
last before we get out of here?
You're gonna have
No,
the final word.
I just want to once again thank you guys for
Yeah,
the
of
invite,
course.
and it feels nice to come out here and be with my friends. I already know y'all, you guys anyway,
Yeah,
of
so it's not
course.
like I'm with strangers.
Yeah.
And
of course.
and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. And
Heck yeah.
hopefully we'll just keep Knoxville, growing, and the Knoxville community's doing really well, and community's doing really well, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So
Probably
yeah.
get a monorail. We'll get a monorail coming.
Maybe.
A monorail
All right.
that just takes you to all the shops.
Yeah.
That'd
all
be
right.
perfect.
That'd be
All right,
sick.
Knoxville, stay classy.
Stay classy.
We'll see y'all next Sunday.
See y'all
Peace.
next week. We can
I
go.
always wait till the camera's off because it's weird.
It's not that
No,
weird.
it's
Should I pat you on the back?
Yeah.
Pat him on the back.
Because they're going.